Disclaimer. This video contains spoilers for these Descendants titles. There are timecode disclaimer. This video contains spoilers for all of the Descendants films, as well as the first 2 seasons of Descendants Wicked World, and the special Royal Wedding. There are timecodes in the description if you want to jump around. All good? Let's get started. The year, boom. The year is 2022, and the story of Descendants has been over for a while. The year is 2021, and the story of Descendants has come to an end with Descendants: A Royal Wedding. But after that, Descendants hit the airwaves. This is a complete rundown of every Descendants film. This is Descendants, a complete retrospective. Boom. The first teaser was released for Descendants 1 on December 12th, 2014. As on December 2014, Disney Channel revealed the first trailer for Descendants 1. And it was a very good trailer. We were given really good hints that this movie would be what it is. The next generation of Disney. And that was followed by the first official trailer for the film, giving us our official first look at the ensemble cast that this movie would gather. With Dove Cameron Boyce, and all the others, Descendants was ready to rock and roll onto TV screens on July 31st, 2015. As on July 31st, fans showed up to Disney Channel in droves to begin what would be one of the greatest Disney Channel properties of all time. Beginning with Cameron Boyce announcing the premiere. As the late Cameron Boyce arrived to begin the show. As the Disney Channel original movie began. But before that, audiences would go to bookstores to buy the first ever Descendants book. Descendants: The Isle of the Lost. A prequel book of sorts taking place before the first movie. This book would be an easy read for people that would want to read this. I read this book after the first book, so after I watched the first movie, with Miss Gilfeather giving me warnings about this book holding spoilers for Descendants. Well, I didn't listen. I actually watched the book and read the book after I watched the movie, so who cares? As the movie was one of the greatest things I ever watched. It had great music, a fantastical performance by the actors and actresses in the lead roles. I think Descendants did a good job. As after the movie, it was sequentially released on DVD, which I got, so. Next! After a clue from Mal saying, "You didn't think the story was over, did you?" As Mal looked to the camera and asked if they thought the story was over, that's exactly what I thought. Hello, one off, no sequel, but surprise, surprise. When you make a movie this good, you're gonna believe it's gonna get a sequel. And lo and behold, it did. 2 years later. As we were given one thing in between Descendants, a series of shorts, if you will. as the Descendants Wicked World shorts were released in the fall TV season. In the fall TV season, Descendants released their first ever shorts, if you will. The Descendants Wicked World shorts, first hinted in a Rotten to the Core official music video by Sophia Carson. In my opinion, this is one of the greatest things Descendants ever released. So if you ever saw these shorts and thought that these weren't good, Descendants isn't probably the thing that you would believe in, but... We're getting some funny new characters, including Allie, the daughter of Alice in Wonderland, as well as Allie, the daughter of Alice from Alice in Wonderland. Who did Alice marry even to have a kid? Who did Alice even marry to have a kid? Because Alice would have to marry someone to have a kid. She never married in the original timeline, so who did she marry to have this kid named Allie? No, it doesn't matter, really. We never got any Alice. We didn't get any Alice cameos, so this would be the only way we'll be able to get it. But during this series premiere of Elena of Avalor, we were given something else. We were given our first teaser trailer. We were given Descendants 2's first official teaser trailer, with a foreboding laugh of a new villain. As on April 30th, on my birthday, April 30th, 2017. Descendants released their first official teaser trailer. As on July 15th, 2016, Descendants 2 released their very first original teaser trailer. Followed by an official trailer on April 30th, 2017. Fans would journey back to Disney Channel or the Descendants YouTube channel for the first official trailer for Descendants. For Descendants' highly anticipated sequel. And this is one of those movies I love. But then the day arrived. On July 21st, 2017, audiences would go to TV screens for what would be the second Descendants adventure. As the movie began with what all Descendants movies probably begin with, a song. Yes, we begin this movie with a musical number. And it's a very catchy one at that. Descendants always knows how to use catchy music. And in my opinion, Ways to Be Wicked is one of Descendants' more catchiest musical numbers. With all the Descendants cast singing along. It was a Descendants song sang by the whole cast. As then the movie cuts to 2 weeks later, a few years later, where we see Mal with blonde hair. No. I like Mal's hair purple. I don't like her like that. Sure, she could pull off the blonde if it was done right. But Mal, you can't pull off the blonde, I'm afraid. This is where Mal decides she can't play the princess role and returns to the Isle of the Lost in an early movie. In an early scene of the movie, in a later scene, Mal returns to the Isle. In deciding that she belongs on the Isle of the Lost, not in Auradon. where on the Isle of the Lost, we meet this movie's main villain, Uma, played by China Anne McClain. And she's perfect. Being the daughter of Ursula, you can predict what this is going to turn out to be. A great villain. And she is a good villain. Her villainous role doesn't show until nearly the final minute marks. As Uma wants one thing, the fairy godmother's magic wand, to break down the isle so her and her crew can sail through the barrier and return to the Isle of the Lost. Return to Auradon to wreak havoc. But, funny story, they fail. Mal first tricks Uma with a fake wand, then in the final minute mark of the film, Uma does a similar thing she did that her mother did to Eric, mind controlling Ben to do her dirty work. As the movie was as Mal breaks the curse and defeats Uma. We're after the final song of the movie, we see Uma still alive. Uh-oh. Oh, you didn't think the story was over, did you? Ha 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 ha! And that's where it ends. Where after that we got the second season of Descendants Wicked World. Where after Wicked World's second and final season, it was time to jump in for the final Descendants films. Descendants 3. Which began with 3 separate teaser trailers. The first teaser trailer was released on February 16th, 2018. Where on February 16th, the first teaser was released online. Followed by a few extras in lead up to the release. With the Is It trailers, where we all ask the question, who's behind this new curse? The first teaser was released to be, Is It Uma? And then we have, Is It Hades? The first one was released on April 19th, revealing Hades. Then the second one released on May 10th, being Uma. Then right after that, the final Is It trailer was revealed to be Is It Celia? A new character being the daughter of Dr. Facilier. A new VK played by being the daughter of Dr. Facilier. We were also given a few meet trailers, which is a good idea to meet the new cast of these characters. We were given the Meet Celia trailer on June 7th. Followed by an Uma is Back trailer on May 17th. We're on April 27th, along with the Meet Hades trailer. Is It Hades? We were given the Meet Hades trailer. All building up hype upon the release of the third installment. All building up hype for the third installment and the third and possibly final installment. Because sadly on July 6, 2019, tragedy struck. Cameron Boyce had passed. Where the world red carpet premiere of Descendants 3 was never done. In honor of the late actor's wishes. Where after that, it was time to return to TV screens on where it was time to return to TV screens on August 2nd, 2019, as audiences returned to TV screens for what would be possibly the last Descendants adventure. Beginning with a fun song, VK Day. As the VK Day song begins, we're given a song that is very good. It's sort of a song that I actually love. I love 3 songs in this movie. This one and a few others I'll talk about down the line. The next song comes in a middle minute mark, as we have a song by Hades and Mal, as these two get to share a duet. Man, these two really don't like each other. I can see why Hades isn't brought up at family gatherings. My third and final favorite song is near the minute mark, as a battle between Mal, Evie, and all the others between Possessed Nights by Audrey. Man, these are some great musical numbers. Giving Mal a somber song in the final minute mark. And seeing Mal with her hair back to normal is just the icing on the cake. And that's it. Descendants 3 was now to answer the question, is Descendants 3 a worthy conclusion? Yes, it is. In my opinion, this is a worthy conclusion to the Descendants franchise. After 3 movies, it was time probably for Disney to shelf this idea. Ha ha ha, not! Even though we wouldn't be getting any new Descendants stuff for a while, that doesn't mean we were done in Ordon yet. Even though Mal didn't say the story isn't over, you thought the story was over or anything, we were given one extra thing. The biggest event. The royal wedding.